Shalom, all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect by Shem Kodash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp. This is Apostle. Just called it. It says, damn Eve, you've been left hung up to dry. Yeah, because she believes what the TV and what the government been telling her. That she can do it just like a man, and she can get in her own. She don't have to be under the authority of a man, and she really doesn't qualify for a decent man anyway, because she's trash. All right, this type of woman. So let's hear what the apostle got to say.
Came to me while I was watching this video here, which I linked in the description box. It's a damn Miss Independent, Miss I don't need a man, Miss I got a degree, Miss the most enrolled. And pretty much she's complaining how she does Lyft pretty much all day. She has a part-time job. She does catering sometimes, you know, when she can. And she still can't get ahead. It's so bad that, you know, she said her friends that she hung out with at one time, you know, she said she stopped hanging with them because, you know, they pretty much she's miserable. You know, and the reason why she's miserable is because she bought that bullshit that Esau sold to her. She bought the serpent's venom, and the serpent's venom comes with problems because everything they do is backwards. So what we're going to start off with is the phrase be hung out to dry. It says be hung out to dry. To be in a very difficult situation where you have been abandoned by the people who previously supported you. And pretty much that's who? That's the serpent. You bought the serpent's venom. You went along with the serpent. You believed the serpent. You know, you were in bed with the serpent. You let the serpent get all up in your head. You know, and what happened? The serpent turned around and bit you. And then when you asked the serpent why, the serpent said, bitch, you knew I was a snake. You know, and pretty much you bought that shit. So you get what you get. All right, because you bought that lie of independent woman. You bought that lie of women's lib. You bought that lie of the woman is equal to the man. And all of this stuff is straight bullshit. This is something that was used to divide the household. When you go back to the interview that Alex Jones had with Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo spoke about a meeting that he had with Nick Rockefeller, which they say he doesn't exist, which is bullshit because there's pictures of Aaron Russo with the man, you know, or with that rat, you know, in a picture. And he looks like a rat, and them yellow ass teeth. Anyway, in that interview, one of the main things they spoke about was the MOTB, you know, which is the micro C-hip, which they want to put in everybody, and they will get the majority of the planet to comply, right? But another thing they spoke about in that interview was when Nick Rockefeller asked Aaron Russo, what do you think women's lib was all about? And he said he had the conventional thinking where, you know, they give women equal rights so they can get equal pay, so on and so forth. And they said, you dummy. Nick Rockefeller told him, you dummy. He said pretty much women's lib was set up to get the woman out the house. Now you have two incomes coming in. Now they can tax both the man and the woman. And on top of that, they could take the child out of the household and raise the child up on the public food system. And that's exactly what they did. You know, they pushed the 10th plank of the Communist Manifesto.
Right. Yeah, the whorish behavior is brought on by, you know, television programming and the government laws. All right. You got a woman that loves to travel. She's a whore. You got a woman that's concerned with your height, your penis size. They're whores. These are things that they've been programmed to believe are the right things. Now they're being hung out to dry. Now they're on their own. It's about taxing you and putting you in slavery, ultimately. Now, this is the 1 Timothy 5 and 3. It says, honor widows that are widows indeed, But if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to shew piety at home, and be requite to requite their parents, for that is good and acceptable before the power. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the power, right? And continueth in supplication and prayers night and day. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Yeah, because the 5th verse, it says that if she's poor, you'll trust in the Lord. If you're humble, you'll trust in the Lord. But these women are proud as hell. This is why we know they don't trust in the Lord. So anytime they're concerned with these worldly things, we know they're being fueled by Satan. They're being fueled by the government programming, by tradition of women's liberation. All right. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the power and continuous supplication and prayer. So then, of course, women that are concerned with those things I aforementioned, they are not in prayer day and night. They're concerned with jet setting. They're concerned with dating an athlete and entertainer. They're concerned with being seen. These are the behaviors and the mindset that leads to death. And let me look up widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the power. So he's giving you an example of a humble woman. All right, doesn't necessarily have to be a widow, but just an example of someone that's in supplication, to make single or solitary, leave alone, forsake. That's desolate. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the power. The woman does not trust in the Lord. If the woman actually trusted in the Lord, she'd be proactive. She would hear the word and she would immediately start following the word, or there would be a build up to following what the word says, and that they would be experts. Like, oh, okay, this is, but they're not. Most of them are incompetent. All right. And continueth in supplication and prayer. Let's look up supplication. It's 1 Timothy 5:5. So I'm still rolling. Supplication. Continueth in supplication. All right. You got Dacius. Need, want. What's the first thing that the woman, especially the black woman, she don't need you for anything. All right. Need, indignance, want, provision, penury, a seeking, asking, entreating. So these women are wicked as hell. So as soon as you hear the verbiage, I'm going to pull that up. That's G1162. I'm going to pull it up on the screen for you. G1162. G1162. Heavy word. Decius. Need, indignance, a state of extreme poverty, want. Well, all these women are rich, right? That's what you hear. All these women are rich. Penury, extreme poverty, a seeking, asking, entreating, entreaty to God or to man. So the woman is not in the state where she believes she needs something. All right, what she really does. She's not going to ask. All right, now what a woman's asking. All right, now she's asking because she's suffering so much. But their first state, when they learn these demonic ways of life, they don't need nothing. But yet they still getting government assistance. Somebody's still changing the flat on their tire. All right, they still getting a certain bill paid by a man or the government. All right, so what the Lord is doing now, He's bringing them into want. All right. See, a humble woman, a righteous woman, all right, well, as much as she can be righteous, all right, is going to seek help from God and or man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Going to pray to the Father through the Son. Going to pray to the Son, Yahushai. And she's going to get a man. Because a woman, I said this before, a woman that doesn't have a man is not intelligent. Intelligent means to choose. All right. Choose. All right, you know the thing about choosing. All right, they can't do, but they can do. Apparently, they can't do it, but they they always say they can do it, and then they can't do it again. All right. What is it? Are you a competent chooser, or you're not? And goes back to intelligence, or intelligence goes back to choosing.
All right, and that's what they did. And in that, these women, at one point, women were being taken care of by the man. The man had one job, and that one job supported the family. Now you don't have two people in the household. Usually it's one single parent home. But if you do have two people in the household and they both have jobs, they're struggling to make it. So just imagine someone that's single, like this woman, she bought that shit and now she's boo-hoo-hooing, on social media, crying so she could get some sympathy. Well, I say fuck you and fuck your sympathy, because you bought this shit. You ate this shit up like candy. You believe this shit. Some of you be the same ones look down on your fathers, and he might have, had his issues, of course, but he probably tried the best that he could. But your funky ass mother, being the hoe that she is, she fucked that relationship up in most cases. All right, so you women. 1 Timothy 5:14, I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children. See, you ain't supposed to be hopping from rod to rod, having 7 kids by 8.
So the apostle went to the same scripture I went to. This is a live stream currently right now. All right, went to the same 1 Timothy 5. All right.
Different men, and I said it that way on purpose. I will therefore that the younger woman, try to make that make sense. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, not be running the streets, not be building up your career, not being independent, not being a single parent. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, right? And that's when you do that. Do you know that beginning with Judah, Judah is the men of Judah are the laughing stock of the world, because they see these hoes the way that they act. And like the scriptures say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. My goodness, if that is not true with all the tribes, but especially beginning with Judah, the head tribe. And that is the most out of order woman on the planet. My goodness. She went from being one of the most desirable women on the planet to the least desirable.
Yeah, it's because, you got out of the tribes and the tribes of the earth, you have deplorable characters amongst all of them. But amongst our own people, you have a higher number of these deplorable beasts. All right?
The least dateable. With a goddamn rattlesnake personality. Says, for some are already turned aside after Satan. See? And what happened when they turned aside after Satan? Eventually they got bit by the serpent's venom. And it took a while. It didn't happen overnight, because when you get bit by a serpent, you don't just die right away. It takes some time for the venom to get in through your veins and coagulate your blood and stop your heart from pumping. But eventually it gets you. You'll get it, you might get a little distance. You see? But eventually you're going to drop if you don't get that anti-venom. This is the anti-venom, but you don't want that. It says, if any man or woman, well, that's pretty much the point. For some are already turned aside after Satan. So let's go back to Psalms 58 and 2. I'm sorry, 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See? They're estranged from the womb. Why? Because they are the wicked. And you're not going to change that. But they're not going to appear to you as wicked. Oh, no. They're going to appear to you in all their glory of lies and deceit. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11.
That's just what I was about to go to. I was just about to pull it up, but I'll let the elder apostle Do it. I was just about to pause the video.
Start at 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Yahushua.
Well, I was going to go to the first verse. I was going to go to 1 to say that the state, the television athletes and entertainers, they're not the guiding light of the woman. The guiding light of the woman is the man. Let me see. 1 Corinthians 11 and 1 says, "No, I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you." So you're supposed to keep the writings of the prophets. All right, keep the laws. All right. But I would have, come on now. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is a man, and the head of Mashiach is the power. So we're going to look up the head. Head, kafale, which means of persons, masters, lords of a husband in relation to his wife. The head both of men and often of animals, since the loss of the head destroys life. So if the woman doesn't have a man, she's likely going down a road of destruction. All right. Since the loss of the head destroys life. This word is used in the phrases relating to capital and extreme punishment. Let's pull it up. Think we make this shit up, don't you? Where we at? G2776. G2776. Since the loss of the head destroys life. So the head of the woman is the man. All right, literally and figuratively. Head. All right, so if she don't have any direction, she leading down the road to self-destruction. All right.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Right. So you have someone that's going to appear to you, as an angel of light. But how do you know if they're not? Well, let's go to 1 John chapter 4 and 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false.
Right. So the state that said, you gotta have a 666. That's a satanic number. The state said that. So if the state said that, is the state God-fearing? Does the state know the scriptures? Does the television programming, do they know the scriptures? So they telling you the man you get got to be an athlete, entertainer, and a millionaire, and they got to pay all your shit, even though you're a deplorable piece of shit. You don't know how to be fiscally responsible or frugal. The man's supposed to pay all your shit, and you're a deplorable character. The state said that was okay. The woman didn't decide that for herself. The state said that. The TV said that. All right, and they're not governed by the law and faith and order of Yahweh and the Son Yahushua. They're governed by Satan. The state is governed by Satan. All right, that's why. So they believe in the spirits of the TV. They're believing the spirit that some old Khazar J Edomite woman said that was good for you. Because before that woman opened her fucking mouth and you had the revolution over there in Britain, the woman was in relatively decent order. All right.
Prophets are going out into the world. See, and you women are not equipped for this. This is why you have to have a man, preferably a man of the Lord that knows how to go into the scriptures and break them down, because he can keep you from falling if it be the Lord's will. Okay? Because he knows how to discern and read situations, know how to apply the scriptures properly. You women don't. That's why you need a man of the Lord. That's why you need instruction, because you are the weaker vessel. The sooner you get that through your skull, the sooner that you'll be able to be receptive to this truth. But a lot of you still ain't going to hear it. So going back to 2 Corinthians 11 and 15. Now, therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Right. And they've pushed that venom throughout the planet. You bit it. I mean, you got bit by it. You drank it. You're gulping it every day, huh? And this is the result of it.
Like, I need to know what people are doing that I'm not doing, because your girl is burnt the fuck out.
Easy, okay? You look overweight. You got a bunch of fake shit on your face, and you're never going to attract a man that's decent. Yeah, and you don't know that you're an Israelite. All right, you change all that, you'll get a man within a couple of months. All right, get rid of the fake shit, lose some weight, and confess the name of Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. All right, but she ain't gonna do that. She's more than likely a vessel of wrath fitted to destruction, dying a death of the uncircumcised. All right, but that's okay. She'll come back in the kingdom, and they got millions of other women just like her. They ain't gonna get it till it's too late. They hate to hurry. Not proactive. This is reactive, okay? Reaction. You got to do things that are difficult. Life is about work and service. That's what life is about. And we rest in the kingdom. We're not in a place where we can just work off a laptop. It's very rare that you can do that and just sipping beer and wine and mojitos on a damn beach. All right, it's very rare that you have the opportunity to do that. In our case. All right, but she believes that she has that right. All right, and that belief and that fantasy that she's living in is going to lead to her destruction. All right.
Like, burn.
And then notice that she keeps cutting the camera off because she probably cried her ass off, then came back on camera.
Where are people working? What are y'all doing where you can afford basic life needs and necessities and still have your life and enjoy some part of your life? Like, I need to know what people are doing that I'm not doing, because your girl is burnt the fuck out.
Yeah, easy solution. She's not a bad looking woman. She just look at her face, look at her hair. I don't think she's overweight. Now that I look at her more, but that's another major problem. That the women of our nation, our tribes, and all of them, Issachar to Judah, they believe they can be fat and still attract a man. What you're going to attract is you're going to be a toy, okay? Even though you're similar to that anyway, but you're going to be a toy that isn't loved. All right, you're going to be a practice toy. All right, looking a certain way. You're going to attract jokesters, liars, scammers. Let's go. Yeah, Ellis video here.
Wife this, got her shit together.
Dudes that live at home with their parents. Dudes that they walk with their pants hanging off their ass and don't know how to wear a belt. That's who you're going, and that's who you deserve, actually. So I ain't even mad at that. I mean, you deserve your counterpart. Just don't try to trick me and try to act like you a decent woman. That's what I got a problem with.
And then she keeps cutting the camera off every once in a while to probably to wipe the tears off and get that shit off her chest. But if you would have followed the instruction guide, see, but you bought this shit. You bought this devil's bullshit. This is the result of it. I don't know how much plain it has to be. I don't know how many more examples you women out here need. Let's go back. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Why? Because they are the devil. They are the wicked. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. Right. So what is their poison? The shit that comes out of their mouth. Why is it as the poison of a serpent? Because when a serpent bites you, that poison gets into your bloodstream. And when that poison gets into your bloodstream, it slowly but surely chokes off, your ability for your blood to flow. It starts to...
Right. And when you get poisoned, what they are afraid of men with, this is all women, all right, but it affects the tribe of Judah more than the kind of pyramids on down or up, depending on your vantage point. Self-confidence, you got your shit together because you don't need them for shit. All right. You have a positive self-imagery about yourself. These things that scare low-quality women away. All right.
Coagulate. It starts to get so.
Yeah, but a woman that that's she has higher self-esteem. She understands what a man's supposed to be. She understands that she needs to be taken care of. She needs to work, okay, under the man and follow directions as he delegates tasks. Those are higher quality women, all right? They're not afraid of leadership and being led properly, all right?
Thick that it's impossible to be able to course through the veins and through your arteries. And eventually your heart stops because there's no more blood pumping because of that poison. So you women are filled with the poison of the serpent. And you're starting to feel the effects of it. So they are like the deaf adder that stopped at the ear. Because no matter what, they're not going to listen. They were not created to be righteous. They were not created to accept the message of righteousness. Therefore, they're going to keep doing what they were created to do. And that is to lie, deceive, cheat, rape, rob, kill, murder, and everything else in between, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, which are the prophets. We are here teaching, and they won't listen, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O Most High, because it's the Lord that's going to break their teeth. In their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is what? Their strength. Let them melt away as waters.
And what the good thing is, for the elect, bad for the wicked, the wicked of our people, is that when Esau goes down, his whole power structure, his way of life, the demonic shit and the evil thoughts that the women and the men of our nation believe and has continued to do throughout the generations is going to die with them. When America falls, all their ideologies and ways of life are going to fall with them. All that fake shit that these women wearing on the exterior and these pants sagging and ripping and running the streets, all that's going to come to an end. Well, before America falls, but when the hour of temptation, all that shit going to come to an end. All right. That poison is going to delete you and the system. All right, because Esau is self-destructive. His ways and his policies is eventually going to cause those European powers and Russia to launch their nuclear fire, nuclear missiles on Babylon, America, and America's going to be toast, along with the wicked ways of Eve, all right, and the wicked ways of the men of our nation. They're going to fall with the system.
Which run continually when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces, because they will be cut in pieces, after a while. But right now, you women are feeling the effect of accepting the serpent's venom, and this is the result of it: hard times, misery, depression. Because you thought you could be independent, like the devil said that you could be, when the Lord said for a man to join to a woman, and the woman is a weaker vessel, and the woman needed the direction and guidance of a man. But no, you didn't want that. So that's why you hung out to dry, to be in a very difficult situation where you have been abandoned by the people who previously supported you. This is the devil. And you know what this is going to bring? It's going to bring the calamity, and then eventually Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. You ain't going to be talking about, no, I ain't going to share my man. There's a reason why there's more women on the planet than there are men. That's the way the Lord set it up. But if you go to the IUIC, there he goes. See, I knew we couldn't go through a whole lesson without mentioning the IUIC. When you go to IUIC, you can only have one woman. They're going totally off on that shit. Now, if you're a deacon or a bishop in the church, yeah, that would apply to you because you have a great responsibility. So you're not going to be able to have a whole bunch of women take care of them and still take care of the church. But for the most part, the Israelite man can have more than one woman. And there's laws. There's laws on that. Keep the laws, the statutes, the commandments. Well, you forgot about that one, huh? Saying we will.
Yeah, what Paul said was a deacon, which is a head of a church. All right, you only have one head, or you may have multiple heads, but you have one head of a camp. Then you have the bishops under the head. All right, so if you're not a head of a church, that don't apply to you. So what the hell are they talking about? It changed. No, it said a bishop. A bishop is a head of a church. Let me get that real quick. Hold on. Right. So again, we're not recommending that you have multiple women. We're saying if you do, it's not a sin if you have more than one woman. All right. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. This is 1 Timothy 3:1. It basically means overseers. A bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife. So you got these stupid Christians that say, oh, that changed. And it's referring to a bishop, you fool. What's a bishop? Keep the bishop's name out of your mouth. I got episkopos. Overseer, a man charged with the duty of seeing that things be done by others are done rightly. Any curator, guardian, or superintendent. The superintendent, elder, or overseer of a Christian church. All right. So basically, if you're a camp leader, all right, you're a bishop. All right. Superintendent, the head. All right. So that's where it's recommended that you have one wife. But again, if you have two wives, you're not breaking the law. All right. But it would be wise to have just one. So out of the bishops and the brothers that are under the bishop, what's the number? Okay, you got 10 people in the camp. You got one bishop. Okay, so the majority of Israelites can have more than one wife, as is recommended here. It makes sense, so you can focus. But again, look, if she ain't doing everything you needed to do, is more than likely you should get another lady. All right, it depends on your specific situation. All right, as a bishop. But if you're not a bishop, this doesn't apply to you whatsoever. All right, now you use your wisdom, all right, and your experience, and you make the decision that's best for you. All right, but what's recommended here, okay, is for a bishop to have one wife. All right.
Eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to what? To take away our reproach. And this woman is feeling that reproach. You know? She's feeling that reproach. And this is the face of these defeated women out here. Because you have a lot of instances of these so-called black women from the tribe of Judah that are doing videos like this. Expressing their hardships, expressing, all of the hard situations they've been put to deal with. You're not built like that. You weren't built to handle the things that a man is supposed to handle.
And look, they're fiscally irresponsible. They don't know how to do their hair. She looks fake. And this making her look overweight. But if they were just even this more fiscally responsible and didn't want so much pleasure, they could do at least okay. But they're focused on shit that doesn't matter. It's not about survival. It's about pleasure. So their minds are geared toward pleasure. They're always going to fail. That's everybody, really. But we're focusing on a woman right now. All right. Your mind is focused on pleasure. You're going to fail. You're going to be put under payments. All right. You got to consolidate and reduce your monthly payments so you can invest in things that actually matter, that will prolong your life. All right.
But you bought the serpent's venom, and this is where you find yourself at. To take away our reproach. And you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. You could either learn the easy way, or you could learn the hard way. So I want to say a couple of words on that, because read this one more time, and I'll read this precept, and then we could close out. It says, to be in a very difficult situation, be hung out to dry. Be in a very difficult situation where you have been abandoned by the people who previously supported you. So damn, Eve, you've been left.
Men don't. A decent man, a righteous man, is not going to follow a woman. You're not going to take orders from a woman. All right. A dude is obsessed with vagina, that doesn't have self-esteem and self-confidence. That's not strong. He's going to follow a woman. We're going on 2 vacations a year. You do the dishes on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. You watch the baby. These are poor. These are low quality women that negotiate with men. All right, don't. You do what the hell you want to do. I'm not negotiating with no damn woman. Ain't gonna happen.
Left hung to dry. 2 Ezra 16:69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. So you bought the serpent's venom. Now you're in a fucked up situation. Now you're talking like this.
I work a little part-time job. I do Lyft every single day. I take catering jobs here and there. And nothing to show for it. Like, not a thing. Not one.
See, she had to stop the camera to cry. Now after she got it out of her system, now she cut the camera back on.
It's to the point where, like, I've cut out everything. I don't have my own place anymore. Haven't had my nails done in months. Haven't had my hair done in months.
And that's, the glory of the woman is the hair. So for you not to be able to do your nails and your hair in months, that's saying something.
She can put her Cash App on the in the description box. Maybe some men with low self-esteem can give her some money, get her hair and nails done, and she don't have her own place anymore. I guess she's living with somebody, got a room or something like that. Or she might be living in her car. I don't know. That's what you get. Play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
But this is just the face of what's coming for you women. You bought the serpent's venom. Now you're feeling the after effects. All right. So with that, you brothers can, finish watching this video. Like I said, I linked it in the description box. You can click on there. I see the numbers going up. So obviously some brothers are actually clicking on it. And that's the bottom line. For you women, make sure that, you take heed to what's going on. Because this pride that women have today brings about demise, brings about great humbling. And if the Lord wants you, guess what? You will be humbled. But if not, you're going to continue on that. And guess what? You're going to be destroyed. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say, Shalom.
So if the woman was smart, she was intelligent, meaning being able to choose, she would understand what's about to happen. So, behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. The princes are the elect men. All right, the Israelites, starting with Yahushua, King David, and then it goes down from there. All right, we are going to rule in the world to come. And before that world comes in, you're going to have the time of Jacob's trouble. So the Lord's elect men, not women, the Lord's elect men are going to receive power, all right, to be able to survive the persecution of the devil, Satan, Esau, Edom, the so-called the Caucasoid man, the Edomite. He's going to put out a campaign to destroy us in its proper time. Our temptation is a point where they're going to implement the implantable microchip for financial transactions and identification purposes. And princes are ruling judgment. So it will make sense that you will want to align yourself with a prince. A man shall be a hiding place from the wind. It's Isaiah 32. A man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right. A hiding place. So we're going to look up a hiding place. We got Makaba. Hiding place, bosom, that's protection. Refuge. Prince. Shar. Chief, official, a ruler, a vassal under a king. And so we're protected by Yahushua, by his spirits, his angels. That means our women are going to be protected. But if a woman is not under any authority, she's on her own. She don't have no protection. Oh, patron angel. Here you go. Patron angel. All right. There you go. So we all have guardian angels, and they're used to our benefit. So as long as we are in line with the law and order of Yahushua. So if we're in line, our patron angel will protect us. But if we get out of line, if we get out of rank, all right, those angels ain't going to protect us. So we got to stay in rank. All right. I'm thinking about 1 Corinthians 14:40 for some reason. Let's see, 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Taxes. Arrangement, be arranged right, fixed succession observed by fixing time. Yeah, monotony, that's something demonic people don't like. The post, rank, position which one holds in civic, since this position generally depends on one's talents, experience, and resources. All right. Yeah, to be in order, you got to have talent, resources, all right, experience, willingness to work. You got to work to be in order. Do or right order, orderly condition. And these women are totally out of order. Out of order. All right. So get in order. You got the scriptures. You got these videos. So there's no excuse. All right. It's either you are the elect or you ain't. All right. So I'll leave that there. Hope you edified. Shalom.